Yeah. What we doing? Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge it. Bearded. You already know we locked in. The world's greatest.
Good evening, good evening, and grand rising to all my overseas brothers and sisters and all my in-state melanated brothers and sisters. Hey, everybody doing tonight, man? Welcome, man. It's Thumpin Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. You know what I'm saying, man? First and foremost, big ups to all my followers, fans, viewers, and subscribers, man. Secondly, big ups to the best moderators in the game. Y'all know who they are. Young boy Maya Bucks, Master Teacher Fox, Dad TLS, Preston McKenzie, aka P Mac, Coach Ricky, Club Can't Get In, Gare Bear, Big Frank, Diablo, Marco, Uncle P, Dave, hey, and my big bro, Professor Remo, breaking up the rear for sure. Hey, and if I missed anybody, man, you know I love you. Hey, and we can't forget about them queens, man. We got the First Lady, Miss Gigi Gaming Palace. We got Miss Star Wars Marcus LLC, a.k.a. Miss Kimber, y'all. We got Big Dog. We got the beautiful Miss Asha Brooks. And last but not least, we got the Queen Goddess, Miss CC Craven Caroline. Hey, y'all, check it out. And don't forget to patronize those 5 melanated businesses located here in Chicago, Illinois, and the surrounding suburban areas, man. We got Dan Soul Food and Bakery, Lynn Chicago Pizza, Urban Lust Cafe where grown folks play, in the house of health and wellness, y'all. Hey, man, make sure y'all checking them out. Make sure y'all let them know Bearded Conversation sent you. You might get a discount. You never know. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Get one of them bearded coupons. Hey, y'all know what I like to do, man. I like to get my thoughts together and collect myself, man, and get my notes and everything. You know what I'm talking about? While I let y'all listen to the theme song without my beautiful voice all over the Jammy Jams. You hear me? So without any further ado, man, hey, y'all know what it is, man. Let's rock out tonight, man. Thumpin Thursday, y'all.
Yeah, we coming off the block with this one. Yes, sir. Yeah. What up, man? Yeah. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hate? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge it. Bearded conversation, homie, tap in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love it, but don't judge us. Damn. Got it off the block, forming a dynasty from a rock. Laid back in the cut, press play, can't get enough. Yo, let's chop it up in every location. A bearded conversation, opportunity keep knocking like child support. Famous started from the bottom like basements, now we famous. Podcast official, the topic will probably hit you from a distance like a pistol. Subscribe so you can listen to survival of the fittest. We talking it how we living it. Rolling like a dealership, managing several businesses. T-shirts, podcasts, no, you don't need a membership. Just follow us on YouTube, Knowledge Supreme Infinite. Chicago got a zipping excited, let's talk about it. Going live, check your notifications so you can holler. Or leaving in the comments, debate it, just being honest. Chicago topics, worldwide views, we supersonic. Big gang is conquer, circle back round like every week. Tell a friend off the block, it's where we meet. Bearded conversation, homie, tapped in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love us, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back. The hood love us. Conversation, homie, tapped in. Why you hating? You already know we locked in. The world's greatest. Broadcasting live and they love us, but don't judge us. Got it off the block, giving it back. Come on. The hood love us. The block, giving it back. The hood love us. Broadcasting live. Giving it back, bearded conversation off the block, giving it back, bearded conversation off the block, giving it back, bearded conversation off the block, giving it back. Yo. Welcome to another episode of Bearded Conversation. I am your host, Beard Genghis Khan, aka the Con Man, BKA Mr. BG. What's going on, my beautiful people, my superheroes, and my Beardonians, man? I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight, man, for another, great episode of Bearded Conversation. Tonight is Thumpin Thursday. We don't necessarily stick to, what our days be, except for Manly Man Day, you feel me? But, Thumpin Thursday, y'all, we like to try to find something and thump on it, you know what I'm saying, and get down with it, you feel me?
But of course, again, we be all over the place, so it's whatever, what I'm saying, we get to. Big ups to Ray 636 in the building. Um Excuse me, but like I said, yeah, today is Thumpin' Thursday, y'all. So man, we like to find something to thump on and thump on it. I mean, shit, we just done thumped on about everything under the sun. So, you man, we can't, you know what I'm saying. But listen, but guess what? We can't do it enough. You know what I'm saying? We can't stress it enough. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the repetitions. The more they hear it, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, the more they'll take heed to what's going on and try to, change their situation. But y'all know how I like to start off every show. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. One last time, let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. That's people we come in contact with on a day-to-day basis, people we're cordial with, our families, our extended family, more especially our bearded conversation, our bearded studios, our bad TV, and our bearded tabernacle family. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on out here, as you guys know, man. We see it every day. I ain't gonna name them all, but y'all know what it is. We live in it, you know what I'm saying? Secondly, man, we should all be mastering these 5 key components of life. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. And for you hard head folks in the back that's doing something else while I'm talking to you, that's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. And like we do every night, man, we're going to E40 that thing and sprinkle a little support on top, because a little support go a long, 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 long way, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They really do, man. Big shout out, man, to my co-hosts, even though they ain't in the building, but I love them just the same. L Boogie, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to L Boogie, you know what I'm talking about? Big up to Roscoe P, and big ups to my co-hosts with the mostest, my little one, AJ, man. And big ups to everybody, family out there, sons, daughters, aunties, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, fathers, nieces, nephews, things like that. But yeah, man, it's Thursday, man. It's almost Friday. You know what I'm saying? Almost the weekend, I hope everybody week has been, good. Everybody's off days has been okay. I hope everybody is flourishing in whatever they expiring to, reach. You know what I'm talking about? Just hope it, and don't get me wrong, we had them bumps and shit and things, that come about. But for the most part, man, we try to work our way through that and work our way past that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to start the show off how I start the show off every day. Because it's important to know, because a lot of people don't realize that, um that they're important. Understanding their self-worth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people think that, well, ain't nobody gonna want to listen to my problems. Ain't nobody gonna want to hear me and stuff like that. But that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And when we keep that type of spirit, you know, um, it messes up things. And speaking of that spirit, before we get into that, but speaking of that spirit, before I get into that, let me do this real quick. Because I want to touch on that too. Because some going to work this morning, I noticed some things and a few things about what we didn't. And it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. But hold on, let me do this and we're gonna get into it. Okay, so the thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. The thoughts, views, and opinions of Bearded Conversations are the thoughts, views, and opinions of me right now. I don't mean to hurt, to harm, or to offend. I don't mean to hurt, to harm, or to offend. This video stream is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. This video stream is for informational, educational, and edutainment purposes only, with the underlying undertone, and I do emphasize and stress edutainment. Please do not take any advice given. Please do not take any advice given or anything shown on this video stream for face value without consulting the proper professional that suits your specific needs. Please do your due diligence. Please do your vet work. Please do your research. Please get that second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth opinion, because we don't want you going out here starting no revolts, robbing no banks, telling your boss what he or she can take, how they can turn it sideways, and where to put it, because we didn't already told you that ain't what it is over here. You feel me? But the energy, Wraith, my boy, you remember when it wasn't yesterday, it might have been a couple of days ago. Remember a couple of days ago, I'm just putting let me get that out. Remember a couple of days ago, when we were talking about it was me, TMB, and it was me, TMB, and Monkey Man, right? And we were talking about you know what I'm saying, things and stuff we would do, for our we had our own country and things like that, right? Why is this on the screen? I ain't even got this fucked up. What is oh that ain't even that. Hold on, man. What am I doing? I'm doing too much. Let me go back. Yeah, I ain't even try to have this on the screen. I don't even know. But yeah, so you remember the other day when we were talking about I'm sorry, I got all sidetracked trying to, because it's again, I got my net back, but it seemed to like still be running slow. You know what I'm saying? I still can't it's not responding in real time. So, see, like I thought I took this off the screen. It's not responding in real time, so it's kind of wigging me out, but yeah, but right. Remember we had the conversation, me, TMB, and Monkey Man and Hurricane, and we were up here talking about our own country, right? And we was talking about Grand Rising. So this morning I was going to work and the bus driver was telling everybody good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And the energy. And listen, this is what we all grew up saying. This is what mom taught you. This is what dad taught you. This is what grandmama taught you. You know what I'm saying? This is what everybody say. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. So this is like something that, this is something that's been embedded, something that's been beaten, something that's been indoctrinated into, false facets, I'm sorry, of society when it comes to greeting people in the morning. Um, so she was just getting kind of like bad energy, right? From this good morning shit. And it was like, damn, we were just talking about, and I remember when I was stating that, ain't nothing good about morning. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's morning. Now, don't get me wrong. Morn is Urning, morning. And morning is Morning. So, those are two words that, well, actually, they spelled differently, but they're pronounced the same, but they have two different meanings, right? If you want to break it down like that, to be technical, from a Webster's or Oxford dictionary point of view, right? Um, and one separate the other. But see, but now morning is when the sun comes out, right? You know what I'm saying? The MORN, right? In morning again, it's like when you weep, right? So I get it. And you could probably say the pronunciation of those words could be just a little bit off or a little bit different. But again, I took it upon myself to talk to the bus driver. I said, man, you ever thought about saying grand rising instead of good morning? And maybe the energy, what I'm saying, that you get, because I felt the bad energy from the good mornings. Not necessarily that she was trying to give it. It was just that, people just wasn't receptive of it. And young folks, old folks, crazy folks. I watched a few people get on the bus that she said good morning to, and it just wasn't being receptive. And I'm like, man, try saying grand rising instead of good morning and see what what I'm saying. If you get a different response and woo woo woo, And she gave me the whole little spiel about how I've been saying this. How am I? Ooh, and I was like, Queen, it's okay. I feel you, but just try it. If you don't like it, you ain't got to do it. I was just trying to see if what I'm saying, you can get a different energy or get a different response, saying, from people from doing so. She was like, yeah, whatever. She wasn't really trying to hear me. But anyway, but also, man, it's like, man, anywhere I go, man, like when I hear conversations or when I get off a line with us, bro, and I'm just watching other people's shit or I'm hearing other people's shit, bro, I'm hearing the same shit come out of other people's mouth in a different way. I just say it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hearing the same shit. And it be like, damn, I just said this shit. I just talked about this shit. I was just speaking on this shit. And here it come the next motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He's saying he or she saying the same thing that I'm saying, just in a different way. And it sometimes can fool me But sometimes it tends to lead me to believe that shit, maybe I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying, right? Maybe, and I'm not. And don't get me wrong. I know my dialect or my speech right now might be a little bit broken up. I'm still kind of thrown off by this. It's not real time shit with uh, my net. You know, my internet. So if I'm a little wigged out, you know what I'm saying. That's why. Um, but yeah. But yeah, man, it kind of tends to lead me to believe that, man, like shit, maybe you on to something. Maybe you doing the right thing, brother. By talking to your people, trying to bring awareness and make change and you know what I'm saying, facilitate, you know what I'm saying, a space, with networking and other opportunities if available, you know what I'm saying, can be had. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a cool thing for me, man. Matter of fact, I think that's a cool thing for this community that I'm building over here on Bearded Conversation. And again, as of now, we all inclusive. And I like and I like being all inclusive. That all inclusive brings different variations, different looks, different understanding, and variety uh to 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 um to understand and to see and to feel and to really practice this emotional control, empathy, and emotional intelligence, and the way we um handle certain things in society when we're dealing with different ethnicities and other different cultures and other different backgrounds. I didn't say integrate. And people call it what you want, say what you want. I ain't being radical. I ain't being none of that shit. See, because my thing is integration is integration for us is not what's needed. Again, that's why I said I don't want no outside activities for about 100 years. Hmm. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, that's short." But I don't think y'all understand what I mean when I say no outside activity. I'm talking about, man. We got to when we get this country, bro. We got to live it and make it and be it on our own. I ain't talking about bartering from nobody. I'm talking about wherever we choose. And listen, we have to be methodical and strategical and militant and very tactical about the place and the space that we choose. You understand me? I'm talking about from water sources to climate to proper oxygen from trees and forestry and soil and shit like that. You feel me? Because guess what? That makes a difference. Now, once we cultivate the people that we need to cultivate and we send them out and they can, be scholarly scouts for us, where you go to other lands and, whereas we ain't got to now we don't have to pick the cream of the crop. We can go anywhere because guess what now? Because we didn't facilitate it, because we didn't cultured, individuals that know how to go out there and turn, sand back into dirt and things of that nature, or know how to you know what I'm saying? Create agricultural development on top of the soil versus underneath the soil and have the same effect. You know what I'm saying? And keep the same nutrients and the same growth pattern and process to the things that we're gonna put into our body. You know what I'm saying? Like this is listen, that's the wave, that's the future. You know what I'm saying? Being able to sustain yourself in society without the help of others, especially if we want our own country. And that's why I say 100 years. So when I mean by 100 years, I'm talking about, man, and this is listen, it has to be rigorous. This shit has to be like mm, I was gonna say boot camp, but like worse than boot camp. This has to be like, man, fuck it. The way you N words believe in Jesus, y'all got to believe in this. You feel me? The way I ain't gonna say we because I don't, but the way people believe in Jesus, we got to believe in this the same way. So that means we got to work hard. You got to get off your ass. You got to really put the work into it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is listen, and I'm not asking for everybody to be genius. I'm not asking for everybody to be a doctor, a scientist, and no, because guess what? We still need regular people. Regular people still make the world go round, and everybody's a regular person. But y'all know what I mean. If you can't acquire certain skills, and if you can't do something, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. That don't mean you ain't got no use. That's not what that means. That just means shit you wasn't able to acquire a certain skill. You know what I'm saying? Shit, maybe you can do something else. Facts. And I think that's the problem with us. We overlook a lot of those things. When we don't deem people useful, you know what I'm saying? We just think they ain't shit, and that ain't how the world works. Well, that is how the world works, but that's not how our country gonna work. You hear me? But yeah, man, we gotta stay away from shit for like 100 years, man, and get this shit together, man, and really work hard at it. I'm talking about, man. Like, and guess what? We ain't finna go into this. So that means we got to start working now, especially like with an education system, with a code of conduct system, with penalties and things of that nature. Like, we have to start working now. We need a council now. We need people right now that needs to step up or who wants to step up, and man, and let's sit down and let's do this thing. You feel me? And I didn't mean to get off into that, child. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to speak to the good morning fact and a lot of the other things that we speak about here on this channel. Bro, I swear, bro, Wraith, man. As soon as I get off of here, man, I might be falling asleep. I might want to listen to something else or somebody, man. And like they didn't went live right after me, man, and they talking about the same thing I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put not necessarily in my way, but they doing what they doing, and I rock with it enough to, what I'm saying, to listen to it. You feel me? Because I just don't listen to anything and anybody. Well, I take that back. I do listen to anybody, but that's only for research purposes. You feel me? It's all about research purposes. You gotta know what's going on and what's being, and then also, it's research purposes as well. Not only not as far as content, but as far as my delivery, as far as what I'm saying, what's mainstream, what's not, what's pivotal. I mean pivotable. Oh my goodness, pivotal. You know what I'm saying? And what's, what I'm saying, minuscule. And of course, we got the bullshit like with the P. Diddy's and the Epstein's and, the throwaway shits and shit like that. And, I try to be particular with certain articles and shit that I read and choose, versus what other people do. You know what I'm saying? Um, and again, I really do try to highlight the city, my city as best as possible, what I'm saying, to change the narrative, because a lot of people think it's horrible here, and it ain't that damn horrible. Honestly, it ain't that horrible. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no worse than nowhere else, man. You feel me? And guess what? It might not be the same crime, but it's crime. But yeah, man, like, so like I said, it be for research purposes, man, and they be on point with some of the same shit we talk about here, Ray. You know what I'm saying? Any man, and I be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I be like, damn. Like, man, or if they talking about the same shit, I'm like, man, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't present a platform or a forum like I present. A lot of people just go live. And when they live, what I'm saying, they just got the chat. They ain't letting nobody come up and, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's one of them manospheres type, what I'm saying, them bullshit ass and I, and respects to everybody channel, so I don't mean to say it like that. But some shit I just don't agree with, you know what I'm saying, that be on this, what I'm saying, YouTube space. You feel me? I mean, just like motherfuckers don't agree with what I got going on. But some of that's, man, some of that, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, but yeah, man. That's real, man. So I'm fucking with what I'm doing, man. I'm fucking with what we doing. You feel me? What we doing on the channel, man. And big ups to everybody too that come through and fall through, man.
Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man. Like the video, man. Thumb up the video, man.
Like he said, man, don't forget to like the video, thumb it up, share it, man. You know what I'm saying? Pull your phones out. Y'all know what it is. Share the stream with 3 more people. Tell them 3 more people to share with 3 more people. Also, I didn't say this, man. This is an open platform, open forum. You know what I'm saying? If anybody want to come up, you know what I'm talking about, and talk to your boy, please feel more than free. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, hold on. Got a phone call. Got a phone call. It's always something, man. Always. man. If it ain't one thing, it's another, chat. If it ain't one thing, it's another, man. He said, be right back, making late night dinner for my minors. Yeah. He said everybody receives messages differently. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts, man. Y'all, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another, y'all. Man, there's always just something going on, man. But let's get into this article I wanted to read, man. Let's get into this article I wanted to read. Um, it's about a young lady, man, who was being bullied and and was being racially harassed. Um, which is but I you know what? We can't even say it's crazy because it's 2025. I'd be crazy to say that that's crazy, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? This shit still is, and I don't get me wrong, and a lot of times when I say it don't exist, we know it exists to a point, but it's like damn, you know what I'm saying? Well you out well, gotta keep pushing that. Gotta keep pushing that. Cause if you don't push that, you ain't got a leg. Excuse me, you ain't got a leg to stand on. So they got to keep pushing that narrative. But anyway, mom says daughter was bullied and racially harassed at CPS school, and school did nothing. Let's see. So a Chicago mom is suing the Chicago public schools, claiming, amongst other things, that her daughter was the subject of racist bullying, and the administrators failed to tell her. The claim centered around the school on the far northwest side, Wildwood IB World Magnet School at 6950 Hiawatha Avenue. Could be, could be, could be, could be. So Sharon Hinton said her daughter was a student at Wildwood, and I heard of Wildwood IB from 2022 through this spring. Her lawsuit with the long list of serious claims, hoping for systemic change. The harm she endured was hidden. It was documented, said Hinton, that they saw the signs, but they had the reports, and they still did nothing. In a new lawsuit, mom Sherry Hinton says her daughter, using the pseudonym Jenny, was the subject, because they don't want to use the name, was the subject of physical, verbal, and sexual abuse while one of the few black students at Wildwood IB, 5th to 7th grade. My daughter didn't just fall through the cracks; she was placed in them," said Hinton. The suits names the district and four individuals: the principal, the assistant principal, as well as two physical education teachers, saying there was a collection of incidents against Jenny. Against her? It was discovered that the students were calling Jenny the N-word behind her back, using school computer to do that, said attorney Cass Gasper of the Disparity Law Group. The lawsuit created a timeline of bullying incidents, including alleged student messages to Jenny that told her to kill herself, as well as sexual behaviors by a staff member. What the? The result was a PTSD diagnosis and serious suicidal um, ideations, the lawsuit alleged. Hinton said when she realized the severity of what was happening, it broke her heart. Hinton said she holds the system responsible and is pushing for change. Specifically, she is demanding that CPS immediately notify parents of any suicidal ideations, assessments like the ones her daughter received at school. Immediately notifying parents of bullying, correct student behavior for those involved in racism or bullying, and establish a separate office for bullying allegations. Attorney said that these changes could save the district long term in legal fees. Millions of dollars worth of damages far exceed the costs, said attorney and former Chicago Alderman Bob Variardi. Also, Disparity Law Group. A CPS spokesman said that Chicago Public Schools is committed to the safety and well-being of our students. The district does not provide comment on pending litigations, and I'm gonna let you know that that's a fucking lie. That they do not create a safe environment for these students, and they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what they say or what they put out here and what they claim, you know what I'm saying? From my own personal experiences, that is bull. It's bull. And that's most schools. You feel me? So I'm not gonna even put that on CPS. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that things don't happen and the kids ain't going to school acting crazy and doing shit that they ain't supposed to be doing. I ain't saying that. I know for a fact, these kids nowadays go out here and act all type of crazy and stupid. You know what I'm saying? Super stupid, goofy, stupid. You hear me? And I get it. But a lot of times, man, like in these type cases, man, that's why I say, man, you can go tell the teacher. We talked about this too. You gonna tell the teacher, and we spoke on it. Remember, I said, man, you go tell the teacher, man, they ain't finna do shit about nothing. I don't even know how we got on that subject when we was talking about it, but we spoke on that. We was like, man, that teachers ain't finna do shit. You can go tell all you want. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say that, being in this day and age that you think something should be done, especially with all the laws and protections against certain individuals and peoples and shit like that. You would think that this would be a thing. And it's crazy because you got this cyberbullying. We talked about this before. Like, cut the damn computer off. But this age is so sensitive, man. They so oh my God, they so sensitive, bro. Are you kidding me? Kidding me? And again, ain't nothing wrong with being sensitive, man. I do understand that. I do understand having feelings and we get that. But damn, you know what I'm saying? I just can't. And because I'm not, I guess, in that space, I just, for the life of me, I just can't understand how, and not in this young lady's case, but just how, like, the cyberbullying thing is even a thing. I just cut the computer off. You don't even know me. You ain't gonna ever see me. Like, do I really care what you said? But some people, you know, just like when the chat was trying to explain the anxiety thing to me, and I was telling y'all I never experienced it or I never went through it. And when and then when I came to the revelation about how how I realized that mental illness was a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And it was very, 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 very heavy and prevalent, you know what I'm saying, in our communities. And not only our communities, but in society, period. You know, in society, period. Oh man, this was crazy, y'all. Hey, listen. It's a woman out here, man, and now this is what I'm trying to figure out. So it's a woman out here, man, that was working on people's mouth, right? You know what I'm saying, doing dental work. And she just happened to just like disappear and shit like that. And I guess left people's mouth, you know what I'm saying, bald mouth or whatever the case may be, and did go back and do what they did. She was doing veneers, all type of shit, bro. How? Like, now I don't know if she had her own office or if she was inside of somebody else shit, but bro, she ain't have a license the first. You know what I'm saying? And they say she was a Rockford woman. Um so Rockford woman sentenced for unlicensed dental work um in Chicago suburbs, but she was also convicted for doing this somewhere else. This is crazy, bro. Like, how? So Schomburg, a Rockford woman, was sentenced for performing unlicensed a Rockford woman has been, sentenced for performing unlicensed dental work in Chicago suburbs. Monica Davis was charged in April with running a dental practice without a license, according to WLS. Davis was additionally charged with aggravated battery causing great bodily harm and theft through deception. You know what I'm saying? So, prosecutors said Davis worked at a business called the Veneers Expert in Schaumburg, where she gave patients fake braces, and left at least one person with a chipped tooth. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. And and then, but if she working for somebody, man, what was the vetting process of the people who hired her to do this fucking work in people's mouths, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. The veneer expert had formerly operated out of a strip mall in Las Vegas. See, first of all, if and I'm not saying you can't find no gyms out here, right? You know what I'm saying? But if y'all going to a strip mall to get y'all mouth done, bro, y'all got like, come on, man. We gotta use. God damn it! I know common sense ain't common, but we gotta come on, y'all. Come on, man. And listen, I get it. You know, we trying to find the cheap way out of it. You feel me? We want to try to, you know what I'm saying, get the bargain to get the deal. Like if you're gonna do it, that's if you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, go do it right. Save up your money and get it done the right way. You know what I'm saying, the proper way. Versus, you know what I'm saying? Cause now you're gonna have to keep going back, or it's gonna be complications, it's gonna be problems, all that extra shit. We don't even want that. You know, if you can't get it done the right way, man, save up your money until you can get it done the right way. Now, I'm not saying that they couldn't have done good work in the strip mall, but I'm just saying, come on, y'all. We got to think about this. So, where Davis was arrested in January for illegally practicing dentistry without a Nevada dental license. So, she was originally in Vegas and you know what I'm saying, and got arrested in January. Now, she didn't brought her ass here. She pleaded she pleaded guilty to one count of aggravated battery causing bodily harm in July 2025 and was sentenced to 2 years probation, which includes 3 months of home confinement and a $512 fine. So 2 years probation, so she got to stay in the house for 3 months and a $500 fine. That ain't shit, bro. Like lock her ass up, bro. You playing in people's mouths, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all crazy, man. Y'all like come on, man. Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all letting her play in people's mouths and y'all giving her probation. No. So I just don't see how that's nah, nah. Oh shit, y'all. Trump said Trump is asking for the release of grand jury documents in the Epstein. Okay, all the grand jury documents in the Epstein case. He ain't trying to put out the you know what I'm saying? Well, let's read though. He ain't trying to get out. Let's see what he's trying to do. So, President Donald Trump administration will ask the court to allow the release of the grand jury testimony in the case of deceased convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. After some of his supporters reacted in fury to a report concluding there was no evidence to support long-running theories about this case. Come on, man. Y'all tweaking. No evidence. So, based on a ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I've asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to the court's approval. This scam perpetuated by the Democrats should end right now, Trump wrote on his Truth social platform. Shortly after Trump's statement, Bondi said on X that it's just that the Justice Department was ready to ask the court on Friday to unseal the grand jury transcripts. President Trump, we are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts, Bondi wrote. Some Trump supporters have raised questions about Epstein's the disgraced financier after the Justice Department this month concluded that there was no evidence to support a number of long-held conspiracy theories about his clients in 2019's death in prison. Bondi had pledged months earlier to reveal major revelations about Epstein, including a lot of names and a lot of flight logs. Some Trump supporters have demanded the release of more information on Epstein, causing a rare fracture within his base of support. Trump has pushed back, calling the matter a hoax. Allegations that Epstein had been sexually abusing girls became public in 2006, and he was arrested that year before accepting a plea deal. Epstein died in 2019 in jail after he was arrested a second time and charged with sex trafficking conspiracy. Man. See, this is what I'm saying. Like you steady getting arrested for the same thing. Like, come on, man. Get the fuck up out of here, man. And then y'all trying to write it out. You want to say it's a hoax because uh you want to say it's a hoax because the Democrats is pushing for it and you got it in for the Democrats because you and Biden was in it or whatever the case may be. Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But again, that's politics. That's the way of the world, man. That's how this shit go. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit go. Hey, man, they talking about trading LeBron, y'all. What y'all think? I don't know. They talking about trading LeBron, man. They say the Clippers and the Heat, the only one that can, you know what I'm saying? They say the Clippers and the Heat, the only one that can, you know what I'm talking about, can get up with them. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. And your boy Trump, man. Trump. So the Trump administration, yeah. So I don't think the Lakers gonna get rid of LeBron. LeBron ain't going nowhere, y'all. So the Trump administration's hands over Medicaid recipients' personal data, including addresses, to ICE. This is crazy, man. Like you just giving up personal information, man. Like you think that's a great idea. And guess what? The courts are letting you do it, man. They not breaking this up. They not stopping this. They just letting you give up people's shit. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all was gonna do that shit, man, why even give them medical cards and shit like that and let them into the country, man? You know what I'm saying? Like now, just like don't get me wrong at first. You listen, I'm not saying clean up your mess. That ain't what I'm saying, right? But some of your mess, you can't come on, man. You're doing too much, man. This shouldn't even be some shit that we know about. Well, shit, y'all don't care. Y'all in power. We can't do nothing about it, right? Because we just the people. You know, we the people folk. People folk ain't got no power. You know what I'm saying? People folk can't push nothing to move no needle or make nothing move. You know? But anyway, immigration and customs enforcement officials will be given access to personal data of the nation's 79 million Medicaid enrollees. And that's crazy because a lot of those is black folks too. So, you know what I'm saying, or my melanated brothers and sisters, what y'all finna go round them up and get them up out of here too? Come on, man. And what's the purpose of ICE having those medical records? This is what I don't understand. Including home addresses and ethnicities to track down immigrants who may be living uh who may not be living legally in the United States according to an agreement obtained by the Associated Press. So basically y'all just gonna go get these documents, you know what I'm saying? So and in most cases you gotta have a few things in order to get these documents. You gotta have a few things in order to get these documents. So, if you gotta have a certain amount of things to get these documents, well, don't get me wrong, shit could still be fraudulent. And then if you're an immigrant, they let you have a certain amount of time before you can get shit. What's going on, big bro? Professor Remo in the building, y'all. So the information will give ICE officials the ability to find the locations of aliens across the country. When they say aliens, they mean illegal aliens, y'all, not the ones from outer space. Um, Says the agreement signed Monday between the Centers of Medicare and then check this shit out. Says the agreement signed Monday between the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, but they didn't. Come on, man. Their greed has not been announced publicly. Well, it's too late now because I just announced this shit publicly. So the Medicaid and Medicare centers, along with the Department of Homeland Security, are working with ICE so they, you know what I'm saying, so they can give up them immigrants and shit. This is crazy, bro. And again, man, stop fucking with the Mexicans and the Venezuelans and shit like that, bro. What about and listen, I'm only saying this shit to be fair. I'm not saying this shit to be a bigot, a racist, or to push any type of systemic nothing. All I'm saying, bro, if you're getting rid of one, get rid of all. See, it says immigrants, but when we hear that word immigrant, we don't know that immigrant is Polish immigrants, European immigrants, Ukraine immigrant. Immigrant is an immigrant, right? Right? But no, that's not what they get. That's not what they doing. You know what I'm saying? We know that's not what they doing. We see that's not what they doing. They looking for motherfuckers with the last name Perez, Lopez, and Sanchez and shit like that. You feel? And I'm not being funny. I'm being dead ass. Like this is fucking ridiculous, bro. And again, I get y'all trying to clean up y'all mess, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But goddamn it, you allowed this shit to happen. If you ain't allowed this shit, you would not even be doing this shit. So the extraordinary disclosure of millions of such personal health data um, to deportation officials is the latest escalation in Trump's administration immigration crackdown, which has repeatedly tested legal boundaries in its efforts to arrest 3,000 people daily. And that's crazy as hell, bro. You just running around here just trying to lock motherfuckers up. That's it. That's all. So lawmakers and some CMS officials have challenged the legality of deportation officials excess to some states' Medicaid enrollee data. It's a move first reported by the AP last month that Health and Human Services, official said was aimed at rooting out people enrolled in the program improperly. Come on, man, y'all listen. See, and enrolled in the program. So that means now you got to go back and figure out who enrolled them, who signed off on the paperwork. Because again, if they were enrolled improperly, that means that the person that they had to sit down in front of to receive this shit, you know what I'm saying? What's the because a lot of times, especially if you're a fucking illegal immigrant, and if you can't speak English, you ain't getting on the phone or online doing this shit. You're going in the office in person. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, it's deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, them obtaining this shit illegally. Like, how are they obtaining this shit? Like, who's giving it to them? If they improperly, I'm sorry, not illegally, if they improperly obtained these things. So that means somebody didn't properly do their job, right? But the latest data sharing agreement makes clear what ICE officials intend to do with the health data. ICE will use the CMS data to allow ICE to receive identity and location information on aliens identified by ICE, the agreement says. And again, like y'all, it depending on what your last name is, that's how they identify. They don't give a come on, man. They can stop that shit. Come on, y'all. Such disclosures, even if not acted upon, could cause widespread alarm among people seeking emergency medical help for themselves or their children. Other efforts to crack down on illegal immigration have made schools, churches, courthouses, and other everyday places feel perilous to immigrants. And every U.S. citizen who fear getting caught up in a raid. HS, HHS spokesperson Andrew Nixon would not respond to the latest agreement. It is unclear, though, whether Homeland Security has yet assessed the information. The department's assistant secretary, Tricia McLaughlin, said in an email statement that the two agencies are exploring an initiative to ensure that illegal aliens are not receiving medical benefits that are meant for law-abiding Americans. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all housing them and putting them up and giving them money for being here. Like, this is, and don't get me wrong, I'm not stuck on the legal thing. And I don't listen, you feel me? Because this ain't my problem. I mean, it can be our problem, but this right here ain't our problem. I'm not handing out medical benefits. I don't have no money to do nothing about nothing as far as keeping them from coming over here. I ain't building no wall. I ain't sending out no, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. Now for law-abiding citizens, a lot of law-abiding citizens, a lot of law-abiding citizens can't even get Medicaid and Medicare. You know what I'm saying? The database will reveal to ICE officials the names, addresses, and birthdays, ethnic and racial information, as well as social security numbers for all enrolled in Medicaid. The state and federally funded program provides health care coverage program for the poorest of people, including millions of children. But again, and if it's doing that, so if y'all go, man, y'all gotta stop. The agreement does not allow ICE officials to download the data. Instead, they will be allowed to access it for a limited period from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday until September 9th. So they got from now until September 9th where they probably gonna have some people, come on, man, and you know they copying this shit. You know they downloading this information and they putting that information on. Come on, man. And even if not, let's just say they doing it like how they doing it. They going through this information from 9 to 5 and they calling out the names and addresses to certain agents and they sending them there to see what they can go on. You know what I'm saying? If they can't get in there by themselves, they call for backup and they stay in that motherfucker. You feel me? I'm figuring that's just how this is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to turn they are trying to turn the US into immigration agents. They are trying to turn us into immigration agents, said CMS. Officials did not have permission to speak to the media, instead insisted on anonymity. Immigrants who are not living in the U.S. legally, as well as some lawful present immigrants, are not allowed to enroll in the Medicaid program that provides nearly free coverage for health services. Medicaid is a jointly funded program between the states and the federal government, but federal law requires all states to offer emergency Medicaid a temporary coverage that pays only for life-saving services in emergency rooms to anyone, including non-U.S. citizens. Emergency Medicaid is often used by immigrants, including those who are not lawfully present, um, and those who are not. I'm sorry, including those who are lawfully present and those who are not. Many people sign up for emergency Medicaid in their most desperate moments, said Hannah Katch, a previous advisor at CMS during the Biden administration. It is unthinkable that CMS would violate the trust of Medicaid enrollees in this way, Katch said. She said that personally, identifiable information on enrollees has not been historically shared outside of the agency unless the law enforcement proposes to investigate waste, fraud, or abuse of the program. Trump officials last month demanded that the federal health agency staffers release personal identifiable information on millions of Medicaid enrollees from 7 states that permitted non-U.S. citizens to enroll, in their full medical program. So now, if a state, and see, and here it go, if the state has the power to do that, why is it an issue? See, now, so now it's not a thing of it not being legal. You feel me? Like from what I'm just hearing. So identify and listen. So it says Trump officials last month demanded that the federal health agency staffers release personal identifiable information on millions of Medicaid enrollees from 7 states that permit non-U.S. citizens to enroll in their full Medicaid program. So it's 7 states out here that allow these migrants to enroll in a full Medicaid program and get the benefits of being, I guess a law-abiding citizen, as they said earlier. So the states launch these programs during the Biden administration and said they would not bill the federal government to cover the healthcare costs of those immigrants. All states, California, New York, Washington, Oregon, Illinois, Minnesota, and Colorado have Democratic governors. So those are the 7 states that allow, and again, these might be what they call them safe haven states. You feel me? So I'm gonna name them off again: California, New York, Washington, Oregon, Illinois, Minnesota, and Colorado. And then they got Democratic governors. You know what I'm saying? So the data shared with DHS officials prompted widespread backlash from lawmakers and governors. 20 states have since sued over the move, alleged it's violated the federal health privacy laws. See, now here we go. So you got y'all demanding shit from 7 states, and now y'all got 20 states that want to try to sue y'all because it's saying it violates the federal health privacy laws. You know what I'm saying? And what about the goddamn Hippocratic oaths? Y'all could just give out people's information and shit like that. But hell, even if they'll get it anyway. Unless, we listen, we doing all this talking. Well, I'm doing all this talking, and they can get this shit anyway. And they about already got it. If they know what's going on, like they say. So CMS officials previously fought and failed to stop the data sharing that is now at the center of the lawsuits. On Monday, CMS officials were once again debating whether they should provide DHS access, citing concerns about the ongoing litigation. And it's crazy because I be getting all kinds of mail too about privacy shit and how, you know what I'm saying, maybe me or one of my kids' information has been used or some shit like that. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, man, we just got to be careful, man, about what's going on out here today, man. You know what I'm saying? From the DEI shit to, to the migrant situation or the immigrant situation, to China, Russia, and us getting in the middle of a lot of shit. Like, it's just a lot, bro. A lot. I just hope the economy, as it stands now, I hope it gets better. You know what I'm saying? I hope it continues to grow. I hope it grows. and get better. And I just hope it can sustain these next 3.5 years while this man is in office. You know what I'm saying? Um, unless someone comes out and help him make better decisions and better choices. And no, I don't think it's the Elon Musk thing. Him and Elon Musk feud. Now, I don't think Elon Musk should have ever been, what I'm saying, in charge of none of this shit anyway. I mean, hell, Trump shouldn't even be there, but fuck it. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. And I told y'all, man, get that plan, have that plan, stick to that plan, and know what you want to do and execute that plan the best way you can, man. Write your steps out and follow those steps. Don't skip over those steps. Even if you can skip over those steps, even if you have the requirements to skip over those steps, stick to a plan because now, you're going to teach yourself discipline. You know what I'm saying? You're going to teach yourself how to be aware of certain things, you know what I'm saying, and how to follow certain things. In order to be a great leader, you have to be a good follower. I'm sorry, in order to be a great leader, you have to be an even greater follower. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just jump off the porch and say, hell no, I want to do this. No, you were inspired by something. And then when you got inspired by something motivated you. You know what I'm saying? To want to do what you're doing. So, yeah, man. Y'all know what it is. Hey, so a 7-year-old boy, and see, and it's Thumpin Thursday, man, right? This should be crazy, man. A 7-year-old boy was reported kidnapped. Police now say his mom and her boyfriend beat him to death and hid him for weeks. I be hating this. Like we just read, like come on, man. I'd rather you give your child up for adoption, and I'm not saying that that's the safest bet. I'm not saying that that's the best decision to make. But if you're going to do it and you're going to, I'd rather you give your child away or give it to a family member. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? So, 2 people have been arrested over the disappearance of a 7-year-old boy with disabilities. See, and this is crazy. And it's hard. I know it's hard trying to take care of somebody with a disability. I mean, you would think it would be a little bit more easier because it's a smaller human, but it's hard. It's hard. It's hard dealing with an adult, having to take care of an adult. Hard. But again, like, come on, man. Like, and I got kids, y'all. Like, y'all don't know how frustrating it is when they crying. Well, I know the ones that got that has kids. Y'all, man, y'all know. And you done fed them, you done birthed them, you done changed their diaper, you done played with them. And you don't know how to communicate with them like how they communicating. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be hard. And I get the frustration sometimes. But I never, ever, ever, I promise y'all, thought to do no harm. Like, not to kill my own. No, bro. No. No. And then this was a 7-year-old, though. This wasn't even a baby. You know what I'm saying? It was a 7-year-old. He was just coming up out of his toddler phase. You feel me? Well, a couple of years out of his toddler phase. It is sad, man. So 2 people have been arrested over the disappearance of a 7-year-old boy with disabilities who reported being kidnapped, but instead police say he was beaten to death and hidden for weeks. The remains of Herschel Preachbaum, who was nonverbal and autistic, were found following an investigation just a few blocks away from his home in Dayton, Ohio. His mother, Ashley Johnson, and her boyfriend, Michael Kendrick, 39, called 911 to report him missing on July 2nd, but were later arrested and charged, according to Dayton Police Chief Cameron Apsel said Monday. Kendrick has been charged with tampering with evidence and abuse of a corpse, while Johnson is charged with obstructing justice and failure to report a death. So Kendrick is the boyfriend. So I'm taking it. They trying to blame it on him. and saying she knew about it, and since she helped him, that's why she in jail. But this is your child. Mm, mm. And she look, they both look a little off too. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, they look off. So Absol told the reporters that other charges may be brought depending on the forensic examination of the boy's remains. Though Afsel or Saul or whatever the hell did not elaborate further on details of the case at the briefing, court records obtained by the News and Observer provided an insight into the tragic events. According to the outlet, Kendrick told the police he believed Marshall was kidnapped from the front porch by an unknown man, though this was contradicted by Johnson, who said her son had died in late May. Kendrick had initially told her Creechbaum had died of natural causes, according to the affidavit, though he later admitted he had punched the boy twice after drinking and that he died the next day while in the shower. What the? Kendrick kept the body in the home initially before transferring it into a freezer. What? He later took the boy's body and dumped the remains in the grassy fields, returning a few weeks later and moving the remains to the place where they ultimately found, according to the affidavit. Hmm, hmm. First of all, man, if he, and I'm seeing a picture of the little boy, if he's autistic and nonverbal, why is you punching? Come on, man. Regardless of whether you done had some drinks or not, like, why is you punching on this child? You gotta be kidding me, bro. The callous is shown in this situation towards this child is horrendous and truly evil. Absol said Monday, adding, "We can't bring Herschel back, but at least we can bring justice to Herschel," Absol said. In a post on Facebook, the United Rehabilitation Services wrote that Creechbaum was a child who should have been safe. His death is heartbreaking and painful reminder that children with disabilities are among the most vulnerable in our community. The post read, "His life battered, and we must all do better." That's facts. Every child and adult with a disability deserves to be safe, valued, and treated with dignity. Our hearts are with all. Our hearts are with all who are grieving this unimaginable loss. And I want to send condolences uh, to that young man's family, not to the mother, but to the father. I don't know where the father is in this situation, but and the other people that could have been in this young man's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, bro. And you mean to tell me, man, this guy that you with, you love him that much. Like, you just made it a point to just not see what happened with your child, with this man. Come on, man. Crazy, man. This is crazy, man. We can't. Come on, man. And I tell everybody, man, watch your kids, protect your kids, man. Just like, a 3-year-old boy guy was riding his bike, came up, kidnapped. Like, bro, we got all these ring doorbells on the blocks and we can't catch a student. We don't know who did what. We don't know nothing about nothing. Listen, man, go get them damn lights. Y'all know them lights. And when somebody walk past your house, them joints pop on. Man, go put them shits on your house. Ask your landlord to put them bitches on the building and put the camera right underneath that motherfucker. Like, bro, it'd be too much happening on these blocks, bro. Whereas we ain't got these ring cameras, we ain't got like, come on, man. And I'm not saying, listen, if you want to change, if you want to change shit and you want your community to be better, you got to do the things to get it that way. You feel me? Like, you got to. Fuck all that, like Monkey Man said when he came on the channel the other day. Monkey Man said, "Shit, man, if you over 30, all that talking about something you ain't finna stick. Like, we calling the police, man. We the elderly now, brother. We got to call the police, man. Get them up out of here. Zip them up. You feel me? It's ratatouille time. So give me the cheese, bro. Give me the Italian beef and the Pepsi. Cause I don't need that around me, man. Especially when you got a family you trying to raise. And you got boys. You know the influence and the impact that this shit can have, you know, inside of your family structure. From the shit you done seen that it already had, the impact that it had on me or whoever's out there doing whatever they was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, y'all. And like I said, they both look like they had issues, man. But a 7-year-old boy, bro, like, I'm still trying to figure out why is you punching on a 7-year-old boy that was autistic and nonverbal. Crazy. Hey, y'all, we got a tsunami warning. I just want to let y'all know, man, we're at what part of town. So a huge 7.3 magnitude earthquake has struck off the coast of Alaska. A tsunami warning is now in place after the tremors rocked the U.S. state and sent thousands of residents rushing to a safe place. So, and it hit the coast of Alaska. Earthquake that hit the coast of Alaska, man. And they think it's going to cause a tsunami. So listen, man, if y'all out there, get y'all ass out, start evacuating now. You hear me? Because that tsunami shit don't be playing. Water is dangerous. I want to send a mad shout out, big love, much respect, and condolences to those people and family members who lost loved ones in that Houston flood, that flash flood. Again, like we say, water can do a hell of a lot of damage. Water can create and water can take away. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Y'all be careful out there. Whew, man. And I stay right by the lake, and I be thinking that shit sometimes. What if this lake just, ooh, wee? I sure be thinking that, man. Oh, man, y'all know what's crazy, man? I knew somebody who got shot in that, well, I ain't, I wasn't close with her, you know what I'm saying? But I knew, I actually knew a motherfucker that got shot at that Mellow Bucks release party, man. That's crazy, man. She okay, young lady okay, you know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. So, man, we got a young lady that done killed another young lady. So it just ain't, see, listen, and that's crazy, man. So, it's still melanated on melanated crime. But it ain't the brothers this time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the brothers this time, man. So again, it's Thumping Thursday, man. So my whole premise is find something to thump on. Of course, we're gonna read our articles, we're gonna get informed, and we're gonna become enlightened, and we're gonna see things and talk about it and whatever the case may be. Right? But my biggest issue right now and my biggest challenge and what I want to push forward, it's mindset. I want to thump on the lack of cognitive ability to want to change your mindset, to want to do better, to feel as though there's a need for you to do better. Sometimes, we say, well, shit, don't make these changes for other people. You want to make these changes for yourself. At this point, I'm like, hell, if somebody can inspire you to want to do this shit, go with that. Go with that. That's what you go with, you know? So I told you, B, woman runs up to a mother of 3 who was sitting in a car in a hotel parking lot and shoots her dead, cops say. Now, first of all, this whole thing sounds crazy. Why is you sitting in a hotel parking lot and you the mother of 3? Your ass should be at home with them 3 kids. That's first. But again, I don't know if she was working there. She could have been picked up or whatever the case may be. We don't know. We don't know. A 32-year-old woman walked up to a mother of 3 sitting in the passenger side of a car parked in a Tennessee motel parking lot and opened fire, killing her, officials said. Janae Bradley was arrested Tuesday on first-degree murder charge in the February death of 29-year-old Terica Tabor in Memphis. The shooting occurred around 9:45 p.m. on February 22nd in the parking lot of the Starlight Inn. According to a criminal complaint, Tabor was sitting in a 2007 Ford Edge with her boyfriend and her sister when they noticed a woman wearing a black hooded coat watching them from a nearby stairway. The sister later told investigators that the woman then walked down the stairs and up to the car. The suspect allegedly approached the passenger side where Tabor was sitting, raised the gun, and fired 3 shots inside the car. Per the victim's sister's suspect then yelled, "I told you, B. I told you," before running away. So apparently she wasn't sitting in the car with her sister and her boyfriend. Um, what was going on? Why was she in the car by herself? Why was everybody else out the car and she? I don't know. Cops obtained images from the surveillance cameras at the motel, and say that they later identified Bradley as the shooter. Tabor's sisters picked Bradley out of a photo lineup, according to the probable cause affidavit. But now, mind you, and they say she had a hood and shit on and all this. Don't get me wrong. And then it was dark. It was at night. Like, did they really get a good look? Because I don't think they was in the car. Because if they was in the car and 3 shots went off, you know what I'm saying? So what was the distance? Where were they at? Of course, they're not going to reveal all that, you know what I'm saying, in the article as of yet. But, you know. So the affidavit did not list the motive for the shooting. Detectives obtained the arrest warrant in the days following the shooting. But it is unclear why Bradley was able to to skirt authorities for nearly 5 months. Bradley was taken to the Shelby County Jail, where she remains on a $90,000 bond. She is scheduled to appear for a bond reduction hearing in court on Friday. So tomorrow, she's supposed to go to court. Tabor leaves behind 3 kids. She was a good mom. Tabor's aunt told local Fox affiliate WHBG, no one deserves to not be raised to lose their parents in such a tragedy. It was the hardest for her eldest child, age 10, because she's old enough to understand her mother was killed, Tabor's aunt said. It was the sharpest pain in my heart because I thought, what about the children, she said. What about her kids? And that's what we don't think about. You know, when we do this shit out here, man, and we get into it with these people, man, and we want to take lives and shit like that, we really don't acknowledge the fact that, you know, these people have kids or these people's, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, man. I know motherfuckers act silly, man. I ain't sitting up here taking up for nobody, man. Well, listen, when my people do dumb shit, silly shit, do the wrong thing, listen, I'm gonna call you out on it. Yeah, we play devil's advocate. Yeah, we be on the fence. Yeah, we play Great Jedi. But goddamn it, we know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You know, at the end of the day. You know, that's why I like to have these discussions about shit. If we had our own country, what would we do? How would we run it? You know what I'm saying? What would be some of the rules? What would be some things we implement? You know, how would we change? How would we be different? Or how would we be the same? You know? But I don't know if this was a case of a jealous ex-girlfriend or what this was. This is you told me. That's what I'm saying. When she ran away and said, I told you, you know, they probably got into it previously before. Probably about this boyfriend that she with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. And I don't want to be like that. And I just don't want to, you know what I'm saying, put that on them because I don't know. This is just speculation and you know, just from reading the article and just, you know, from the words being said and just from experience, you know what I'm saying, and seeing things and hearing things and being around certain things. You know, that's why I would probably say that, you know, they probably got into it over the boyfriend that she's with now. You know, and I'm gonna give you, come on, man, you know, back and forth, and ain't nobody taking nobody serious, but the whole time, the whole girl was serious. See, and that's why I don't have the energy no more to be arguing or getting into it with people back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I don't have the energy for all that. I don't. You know, because you never know what can happen. You know, you don't know what turn of events can take place. You know, when we out here, man, want to not control our or suppress our ego and want to go chest to chest with the next individual, not knowing what they got in store, or that individual not knowing what we got in store for them. And I'm, not pushing, not advocating for any of that to be happening, but I mean, it's reality. It's not everyone's reality, but it's some. Whether you bring it to yourself or whether you don't, you know what I'm saying? Shit happens. And but yeah, man, we just gotta be a little bit more cognitive, man, about when we get into arguments or we get into standoffs. Like I say, let it go. You know? I guarantee you some of these young brothers out here, you know what I'm saying, wish, when they went on these drills or when they went to go do these egregious things, these horrible things, that they think about, man, but damn, what if I hadn't have done this? Yada, 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 or so and so would still be here. You know? And listen, if you don't, you're a different type of individual. You feel me? If you don't, you're a different type of individual. But it is what it is, man. Now, this is something that that really touched me here. A teen was arrested over a fight. Officials said she died by suicide in jail, but family has suspicion. I found this to be intriguing. So, Sanaya Cheatham was arrested on July 4th after a fight with her girlfriend, per reports. Police say she hung herself in her jail cell a few hours later. Her family is raising questions about police account of circumstances surrounding her death. The family of a New York teenager who was found deceased and hanging in her cell early in July are demanding full transparency from police regarding the circumstances of her death. Sanaya Cheatham, an 18-year-old student at Bronx Community College, was arrested on July 4th, report citing New York Police Department officials. Like they say, her and a girl got into it, so somebody had called the police, or whatever the case may be, right? Domestic. He was taken into custody following the fight. The NYPD tells People in a statement, and NBC New York and Fox 5 said that the fight was with her girlfriend. Cheatham died shortly after midnight on July 5th, the NYPD said. The medical examiner's office tells People she died of suicide from hanging. So you mean to tell me July 4th she get arrested and she died shortly after midnight? Like she didn't even get the chance to enjoy. Come on, man. Don't get me wrong. Some people's mind be fucked up. She thinking she in jail. What I'm gonna do? I'm ruined. I can't handle this. I can't go to jail. And I'm not saying that this is actually what happened, but shit. Who knows what people? You know what I'm saying? But no. So, however, her family believes the circumstances surrounding her death need to be investigated further, according to a statement from civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is representing the relatives. The NYPD claims Sanaya took her own life, but her family is demanding full transparency, Crump's statement said, including the immediate release of all video, including the surveillance video from inside the 41st district. Sanaya was preparing to start her semester at Bronx College. Was preparing to start her next semester at Bronx Community College. Cheatham's mother, Thomasina Cheatham, is disputing police accounts of what happened per report. I don't believe she killed herself, Thomasina said, according to NBC New York. Maybe she said something they didn't like. They roughed her up. I don't believe my daughter committed suicide. Sanaya did not have a history of suicidal behavior, her family told Fox 5. Police allegedly told Thomasina that her daughter asphyxiated herself with a sweater. But Thomasina says Sanaya did not have a sweater in her possession that day. NBC New York and Fox 5 reported. At a press conference on Monday, July 14th, streamed by CBS New York, a bereaved Thomasina appeared with Crump in front of a crowd rallying on the team's behalf. We want you to know what happened. I'm sorry. We want to know what happened to Sanaya Cheatham. We want to know how it happened to Sanaya Cheatham, Crump said to the press conference. And we want to know why you did not prevent this from happening, he said. Now, them sales do be cold, right? So if she didn't have a sweater, let's just say they gave her one to keep warm or whatever the case may be. And I don't want to sound, too conspiratorial or like we pushing those type of narratives around here. Conspiracies. So you mean to tell me it's cold in the cell? They gave us a sweater, maybe cover herself up. And then she just said, well, fuck it, I'm going to hang myself with this sweater. Now, I heard plenty of people talk crazy to the police. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I ain't seen the police do some shit. But I ain't never been around the police, where somebody didn't talk, that much shit to the point where they hung them. I'm not saying that this doesn't happen, and it can't happen, and it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But in any event, condolences to the family of Sanaya Cheatham, you know what I'm saying? Goes out to her mom and the rest of her family members, man, because this is crazy. And big ups for being Crump, man. I don't know too much about the brother or his motives. I done heard some positive things. I done heard some offsetting things. I done heard some negative things. So, I mean, offsetting can be negative, but offsetting can still have some, good things to it. So Sanaya's brother is calling for authorities to release her autopsy as well. NBC New York, and you know what? That's another thing. If a person dies in jail, I believe the family should be notified within 24 hours. After that, I believe the family should have at least up to 72 hours to obtain their loved one's body and get their own autopsy performed with a discount from the state because that person was inside of the penal institution because they was going to perform an autopsy anyway. But since the family members want the body, we're offered a discount. I don't pay it within 72 hours, and they got a certain amount of time before they can retrieve the body and get their own autopsy from anybody that they choose. This way, and then allow the state to perform their own autopsy. Because a lot of times this should be crazy, because we don't know what's going on, and again, it happened inside of a local jail, they finna stick together, right? They finna cover some shit up, right? This is what they do. This ain't the first hanging, right? Remember Breonna Taylor? Remember they locked her up. She all of a sudden mysteriously was unalive. Shit just So the NYPD Forced Investigation Division is looking into the case. The department tells people, and again, why aren't those and again in the case of a death or something like that, where's the Supreme Court? All these videos should be submitted and should be present immediately if we trying to find out what really happened. And again, this shit don't take no time. They act like this is a time consuming thing. Get the fucking videotapes, get the footage, send it to whoever you need to get it to, and let somebody watch them. No, they ain't finna do that because now we got to cut and play with the tape, send the tape here. Oh man, and these times you got to get some. Come on, man, all that extra shit. See, a lot of things should be now. Here we go. Well, if you just give up the tapes and now we skipping past our due process, fuck that. We don't get due process anyway. I'm dead, and you steady talking about a due process. If that don't sound like some shit trying to get covered up or some shit trying to get buried on the back burner, I'm not even here no more. And you still talking about a due process. Again, Black Law Dictionary. Again, Blackstone Chronicles. We need these books. These books need to be inside of every melanated person's household. Man, woman, or child. Everyone needs to have these books. And we need to be sitting down together reading these books. If your child is at the age where they can read and understand things, man, y'all need to be sitting down reading them books together, understanding the law, teaching them at an early age, being repetitious, beating them in it, beating them with it, indoctrinating them with it. You know what I'm saying? So when they do come across these certain things, and don't get me wrong, of course we're striving and we're teaching and we're encouraging and supporting our child to be a productive citizen in society. You know what I'm saying? Until we get our own country. Of course, we're teaching them how to be cordial. Of course, we're teaching them empathy. Of course, we're teaching them how to pay it forward. Of course, we're helping with homework. Of course, we're teaching accountability and responsibility. And we're upholding those same principles within ourselves because these are some of the things that, well, not some of the things, these are all the things that we're doing and that we're showing our child and displaying, you know what I'm saying, through imagery and through actions that they see us, you know, out here working inside of the communities. They see us giving back. You know, they see us showing discipline and being respectful and being motivational and being inspiring and being and mentoring, you know, not just them, but other people. You know what I'm saying? And but again, you know, these laws, man, you know, and it's crazy, bro. And again, we need people in film editing. You know, shit, we need all that. Bro, they bring all this shit to fruition, bro. You know what I'm saying? Check this shit out. If you know someone who is struggling with mental health challenges, emotional distress, substance abuse, substance use problems, or just need to talk, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. So at the end of that, y'all finna make it try to seem like she had some type of mental problem, bro. And that's why she hung herself in the cell. If that ain't a bitch, if that ain't, are y'all kidding me? And I'm not saying that she ain't had no problem, bro. And then this was I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But again, if we ain't got shit for ourselves and nothing for you know on our of our own, you know, and protecting and taking care of what we need to take care of, these the type of things that go on. You feel me? These are the type of things that go on. Hey man, make sure y'all tuning in too, man. Every Monday through Thursday, man. Make sure y'all tuning in for Bearded Conversation, man, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central. Also every Friday, man, 9 to 12. Every Saturday from 9 to 2. And every Sunday from 10 to 1. And check it out. We got a cool interview, man. We got a brother by the name of KOT be in the building tomorrow. So hopefully we have a good interview. You know what I'm saying? We always do. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that brother don't nothing happen. And I done reached out to that brother. That brother said we cool and we was on. So hopefully, man, we can get that brother back in the building. I mean, we can get that brother in the building and have a productive interview and have a good time, a great conversation as we always do on Bearded Studios and listen to some of his music and you know, man, just vibe out for the night. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for that. You know what I'm saying? And I got my net back, so Bearded Tabernacle episode 2 will be Sunday, y'all. I promise. I promise. Hey, so moving right along, man. Gary Daycare got shut down, y'all, after a teacher was charged with child neglect and battery. This shit is crazy. Now these the teachers. Now these the teachers now. Come on, man. It's the teachers now. So a Gary daycare has been shut down by Indiana officials after a teacher there was charged with child neglect and battery of a minor. The video in this story is from a previous report. So, see, this ain't the first time. So, the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration said in a statement Wednesday, the Office of Early Childhood and Out of School Learning, and what? Out of school learning and has taken swift actions, issuing an emergency closure order for this child care ministry effective immediately and remaining in place until further notice as the health and safety of all children is our highest priority. As law enforcement continues its work, our focus remains on supporting affected families to ensure they receive assistance they need. And we start, hold on, man, get to the lady. Where's the lady at? Officials said, okay, um, Miss Smith, 31, is charged with multiple felony counts of child neglect and battery of a minor for incidents allegedly occurred at Future Leaders Child Care Ministries in the 1000 block of Roosevelt Avenue in Gary. Police say Smith, on several occasions, was grabbing and hitting 3 years old and 4-year-olds while she was on video calls with an inmate at the Porter County Jail. Whoa, those communications last. What the fuck? Those communications lasted months, were recorded and reviewed by jail officials. Wow. In court papers, authorities said Smith was reportedly seen vaping within feet of the children and spending more time on the video chats than actually instructing and supervising the children. In one call, Smith allegedly hit a child who has autism with a broom. What? In other calls, she has seen allegedly grabbing a child by the ear and smacking another one in the head. And on multiple occasions, Smith was allegedly seen driving with several unrestrained children in the back seat while video chatting and texting. This shit crazy. Got to be careful who watching our kids. In the recordings, authorities said Smith repeatedly called the kids ugly and stupid during, oh my goodness, expletive laden tirades. And in one call, an unknown male at the daycare was allegedly seen dragging a child by the ankle while Smith was heard laughing. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. That's crazy, man. You know, we wanna put our kids in these schools, man, and we thinking that our kids is safe and shit, you know. See this and again, it just ain't about what we doing to each other. You know, you send your kid to a daycare, you send your kids to the school, and you think it's a safe environment, and you think it's a place for them to be, you know what I'm saying, taken care of like you would take care of them, but that's not always the case. You know, again, man, that's why I always say, do your proper research, do your due diligence, do your vet work, and also, you know, sometimes even if you do that, it's still hard. You don't know how people gonna be when they come to work. You know. And this ain't a situation of telling a motherfucker like, man, if you don't like your job, like you working with children, bro. Come on, and then you working with 3, 4, 5. Come on, bro. Broom slapping them upside the head, calling them ugly, all that. Come on, bro. What type of disgusting ass human being are you, bro? Real shit. You got to be the pits of a person, of a woman. And I hope you don't have no children. Karma is a motherfucker. That's facts. Karma is a bitch. You out here doing this shit to these little ass kids, man. Come on, man. Ain't no excuse for that type of behavior at all, man. That's just nonsense. Straight purity nonsense, man. Now, that's just something I can't get with, you know? At all, man. I love the kids, bro. And don't get me wrong, yeah, sometimes you want to choke these little motherfuckers up. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? But you can't always, come on, man. Not no 3, 4, 5. Come on, man. Hitting them with brooms and shit, bro. Come on. Come on, man. We got to do better than that. Got to do better than that, man. Got to do better than that, y'all. I don't know what. That's crazy out here, man. Illinois, let's move along, man. But yeah, man, listen, do your due diligence. Listen, and that due diligence and that vet work and that research applies to everything that we do, bro. Everything that we do. You know, it even applies to the conversation and the discussions that we have here. Please go do your research. Please go do your due diligence. Please go do your vet work. Please don't take anything that I say or anything that one of my panelists say or my guests might say. I don't give a fuck how true it may be. Go do some research. Go do some cognitive thinking and some comparative analysis and some understanding of what's going on, and match it up against your perception. Match it with your reality. See how it aligns. See how it don't align. You know, it's ways and steps to get better and do better, y'all. That's facts. You just got to be a willing participant. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a willing participant, the shit ain't gonna work. You most definitely have to be a willing participant in wanting to change and vibrating on a higher frequency. And let me tell you something. And when people talk about vibrating on that higher frequency, I don't mind when people say that, you know, but understand this, um, you can vibrate yourself off and out of frequency as well. So you don't want to be too high. You want to have a good balance. You know what I'm saying? To whereas you can be a wave in any spectrum. Again, we're light beings. We are waves. You know, you can vibrate yourself away from some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. That's the truth. It might sound slick, sound smooth and shit, because I'm talking about vibrations, frequencies, and sound waves, and being light beings and shit like that. But shit, if you want to get into it scientifically, it's the truth. When you break it down and you get to the gist of it, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But again, but I get it, because we humans and we're cognitive and we have thinking abilities, and we believe it's a soul or something inside of us. You feel me? That perpetuate, or I don't even want to say perpetuates, that pushes us forward. Especially when we're talking about evolution. Because we can think, because we can problem solve, because we want to know, because we're trying to find out about what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. But I'm sorry, a beautiful thing being a sentient individual or being. But anyway, y'all, moving right along. So an Illinois woman was arrested with crack cocaine, heroin, lace fentanyl, and meth. Jeez, Louise. She was trying to get paid. So Shanice Richardson, 41, was arrested on drug trafficking charges after an undercover investigation. Detectives seized crack cocaine, heroin, lace fentanyl, meth, and a loaded pistol. Richardson remains in custody pending a detention hearing. She might not be getting out no time soon. So Lake County, Illinois, a Waukegan woman who has been arrested on a drug trafficking charge following an undercover investigation in Chicago's northern suburb. Well, we know the Lake County Sheriff's Special Investigations Group began investigating Shanice Ann Richardson, 41, after learning she was allegedly selling narcotics in the area. Undercover detective then discovered she was selling crack cocaine in Lake County. Detectives obtained a search warrant for Richardson's home in the 28 block of Osage Circle, which was executed Monday. Before the search, detectives saw Richardson leaving her home and stopped her vehicle. She was reportedly found with a loaded pistol, over 20 grams of crack cocaine, and more than 5 grams of heroin laced with fentanyl, all packaged for distribution. During the home search, detectives seized nearly 60 grams of crack, over 50 grams of heroin laced with fentanyl, and about 170 grams of methamphetamine. Yeah, she might not be getting out of jail, because they might try to charge her with murder for that damn fentanyl. In a statement, Lake County Sheriff John D. Eidelberg praised um, the Special Investigation Group. Our Special Investigation Group, once again, did an outstanding job removing the drug trafficker from our Lake County's community, he said. Our agency and SIG are committed to identifying and arresting those who traffic drugs, firearms, and people. We will go to all lengths to keep our community safe. Richardson is charged with multiple felonies, including 3 counts of unlawful possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver, unlawful possession of meth with intent to deliver, and armed violence, and other related charges. She appeared in court Tuesday morning and is being held while she awaits a detention hearing this afternoon. That's crazy. We got the women out here, man, hustling, getting it, going to jail and shit. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, no. We got a pregnant woman missing in the city too. So her name is Angel Jackson. Pregnant woman reported missing since she's been missing since April. So a pregnant Chicago woman, Angel Jackson, has been missing since April 5th from Marquette Park. Jackson, who is 5 months pregnant and may be with her white pit bull support dog. She ain't with that dog. Her family has started a GoFundMe to help hire a private investigator and offer a reward tip. So a pregnant Chicago woman has not been seen for months as police and family continue to search for her. So what we know, Angel Jackson, 25, was last seen April 5th in the 73rd block of South Tallman Avenue in Marquette Park neighborhood, according to a missing person alert from Chicago police. Family said Jackson is 5 months pregnant and may be accompanied by her support dog, a white pit bull with brown patches. Jackson is 5'5", 117 pounds with brown eyes and red hair. She also has a chipped front tooth and a septum piercing, according to her family. That means in her nose, through her nose, y'all. For those that don't know, the family has launched a GoFundMe to raise money for a private investigator and reward money for credible information. Anyone with information asks to contact Area 1 detectives at 312-747-8380 or call 911. Listen, y'all, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they trafficking. I don't know if they taking. I don't know what's going on, man. We gotta stop this shit immediately. We gotta put an end to this immediately. Immediately. Yeah, man, it's just a lot of death, a lot of tragedy, man, a lot of things going on, man. Listen, man, we got to get our shit together, y'all. You know, it's Thumpin Thursday, man. Our mentality, our mindset, the lack of wanting to get better, man. You know, it's that complacency shit that we just seem to thrive off of. You know, I believe that's one of the main reasons to our problems, that complacency. You know, if we remove that complacency, and we remove religion, and we remove this current constructed government, and we get our own country, man, and we start over and we do things the way it should be done, or try to make an attempt. You know, I mean, shit. You know, it's civilization. We still humans, and you know, human beings are still involved with what's going on. So, of course, ain't not gonna be perfect. We know shit's gonna go wrong. It's just how it is. You know, it's facts. Well, listen, y'all, man. I had a good time tonight talking to y'all, man. On this beautiful Thursday. Finna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Give me some rest. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, I'm gonna leave y'all like how I came to you, man. Please, 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 please let this resonate. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, prayers, views, and meditations. Let's keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. Once again, let's please keep everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, our views, and meditations. And don't forget those 5 key components of life, y'all. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. And one last time for those in the back who weren't listening. That's love, peace, respect, motivation, and inspiration. And like I say, we're going to E40 that thing and sprinkle a little support on top, man, because a little support go a long, 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 long way, y'all. You just don't know, man. You should try it sometime, you know. You might like it. Man. Big ups to Roscoe P. Big ups to L Boogie, man. Big ups to my co-hosts with the mostest, my Lou and AJ. Big ups to all my moderators, man. Big ups to everybody that joined the stream tonight. Don't forget to share it. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come in the building if you rewatch it. Listen, man, without y'all, there wouldn't be no bearded conversations. Peace and blessings to y'all as well as the chat. And like I tell y'all every night, I love y'all, man. Listen, man, if Roscoe was here, man, you know, he'll tell y'all, man, if ain't nobody today told you that they love you, we love you here on Bearded Conversation. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. And that's word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I fuck with my family, man. I fucks with my family. And also, man, check it out, man. For anybody in the building, man, you know what I'm saying, that want to support your boy and help keep the stream going, man. Listen, you can hit that link that's pinned up at the top of the chat. Buy your boy a coffee. I like it black with a breakfast bagel sandwich in the morning. You feel me? Or you can support by hitting that super chat. You know what I'm saying? $1 donation, $2 donation, or whatever you can give is fine with me. You know what I'm saying? Or you can hit that cash app, $sign BeardedBuckZ with a Z. That's $sign BeardedBuckZ with a Z. One more time, that's $BeardedBuckZ with a Z. That Cash App is strolling at the bottom. The Buy Me a Coffee link is pinned at the top of the chat. And y'all know what to do to hit that super chat, man. Go ahead and support your boy, man. Support the stream. Listen, let's support the channel and all channel events. And let's keep the channel growing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're about, man. We're about growing. We're about networking. We're about bringing communities together. We're about solving problems, not just at the surface, but we're about getting deep. You know what I'm saying? We are an open platform. We are an open forum. And I encourage ones that want to come up, man. This is a safe place. This is a safe place. You know what I'm saying? If you need to vent and you need ears, man, listen, come on up here. If you want to talk about what we talking about, come on up here, man. I want a panel, man. Let's get a panel going. You feel me? Like, I love that. I love intellectual discourse. I love the conversations that we have, especially when we building. You know, don't get me wrong. I've been on other panels too as well. But I like a lot of other panels, man, they don't really be talking from realistic ideas, you know what I'm saying? Points of views, you know, like for real. And I ain't saying it like being on no N-word stuff, but I'm just like from real people standpoints. You know what I'm saying? Like real people standpoints. Don't get me wrong, I get it. And I'm not gonna say real people standpoints because I get sometimes, you know, some people think outside of the box because that's what I try to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to do. But them shits don't be boxes. Them motherfuckers be more like crates and shit. You know what I'm saying? They think outside the crate. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, like I say, man, you know, man, to all my peoples, man, I appreciate y'all for joining the stream, man. I hope y'all had a good time as well as I did. Peace and blessings, man. Hey, like I say, man, all superheroes then wear capes, but they still need their theme music. With that being said, to all my superheroes, all my Beardonians, and all my beautiful people, man, I love y'all, and we out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a job. He won't even pay. Hard work and dedication. Ain't no judgment. We just having conversations. Ain't no need for fun.
Hey man, big shout out to my resident Dominican from the Dominican Republic, my boy, your boy, our boy, Cito boy, man, for the smooth groove outro. Hey y'all know what it is, man. Every day of the week, make sure y'all tuning in at about 9 o'clock, man. You know what I'm saying? On most days for what we got going on, man. Bearded Conversation, Bearded Studios, Bad TV, and Bearded Tabernacle, y'all. Hey, we got something over here for everybody, man. Come join the channel, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, listen, don't meet us here. Beat us here. Same black time, same black channel. Talk black to me, y'all.
This is motivation. Some of y'all might hate it. Hard work and dedication is what you gotta put in. You gotta go with master your craft. It is simple mathematics. Whatever you give is what you get paid. Champagne and bubble bath. That is all fantasy. Niggas rather hear where the fuck you been or what it is you gon' be. It's real, no real.
And this is not for the motherfucking fake. This ain't a radio station. And no one here hates. Talk to him, Cito.
See, we give an opinion on what the fuck we heard. I can get annoying and probably get on your nerves.
Hey, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We had a great time tonight, man. Y'all know what I like to say before we sign off every day, man. Those that fuck with us, fuck with us. Those that don't, fuck with us anyway. Hey, y'all, don't forget to tap in and tune in when you in Chicago, man, to those 5 melanated businesses. Make sure we patronize them, man. Hey, that's Lynn Chicago Pizza. That's Dan Soul Food and Bakery. That's Urban Lux Cafe. That's Cafe for Grown Folks Play. And don't forget to hit the doctor at the House of Health and Wellness, y'all. Hey, y'all can Google all these spots, man. Y'all can check them out on Instagram. Hey, all social media platforms, man. They in the building, so we got to be in the building, man. That's what I was talking about, that support. We need to support y'all. Hey, and don't forget, when we come together, man, we always meet on a level. Once we're in each other's presence, man, we always be humble and plump. And when we leave each other's presence, y'all, man, we always part on the square, man. Hey, without y'all, it wouldn't be no Bearded Conversation, man. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, man. We got a special guest that's going to be in the building, man. KGKOT. We will be interviewing KGKOT. Cito boy done pulled up, but you done pulled up late, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, But we got to get up out of here, Cito. Cito, man, be in the building tomorrow for the interview, my boy. Let's interview this guy, man. You know you supposed to be rocking, man. You know you the host, right? You feel me? Hey, man, with that being said, man, big ups to my residential Dominican, man, from the Dominican Republic, my boy, your boy, Cito boy. He pulled up late. Cito, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share that stream. We miss you. We love you. We glad you back home, man. We know you getting yourself together. So whenever you can get yourself together, man, and get back fully situated, man, I love for you to be back up here on this panel with me for a time doing what Con Man and Cito boy do, man. But again, man, like I say, y'all, peace and blessings to the chat. Without y'all, it wouldn't be no bearded conversation, man. Hey, and also, hey, if ain't nobody told you they love you, we love you right here, y'all. Hey, and what Cito say, man, learn how to love those that love you. Each one teach one, and you ain't never been as richer than you are right now in your life, man. Wake up, open your eyes, and realize what the fuck you got going on, man, and fight for it. You know, until tomorrow, y'all. He says, I've been on my recovery shit. I'm here tomorrow for sure. I appreciate you, fam. Man, Cito, you know it's all love, bro. I love you, brother. I don't throw that shit around like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got, you know, shit. That's facts, and that's real, man. It's real. Okay? Real. You ain't never been richer than you are right now. With that being said, man, listen, y'all, we done reached our time. Hey, Cito boy said he will be in the building tomorrow. Make sure y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all tapping in the Bearded Studios. Again, tomorrow, we do got a guest coming in by the name of KGKOT. He done sent me some of his music, so we going to rock out. we going to interview the brother, and we going to vibe like we always do and have a good time. So, hey, man, if y'all looking for Cito boy and y'all looking for the Con Man, be y'all ass in the building tomorrow night for Bearded Studios. Peace. Everybody coming on late and shit. Everybody